And welcome back to another episode of the Ministry of Truth. Let me slow that down. And welcome back to another episode of the Ministry of Truth. I am your only host on this show. And, well, it is, what is today? Tuesday? Tuesday. I believe it is Tuesday. And, well, been a good weekend. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of lies, a lot of misinterpretations, misinformation, but it's okay. It's okay. Y'all believe what you want. Y'all take a knee-jerk reaction, and I'll sit back and wait, like I always do. Give it a couple days. Everything came out fine. Oh, the gas prices are rising. We'll go over that in a minute. Oh, oil in the Middle East is going to disrupt the oil flow. For who? Not the United States. We'll get more into that. But anyway, before we get into all that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to have some comedy videos up first. However, this song came out Friday, and I think it's a good time to play it because, well, this song can always go with everything. And it's a new one by Mises, and I'm going to let y'all figure it out. I'm not going to tell you the name of the song because I'm pretty sure you're going to. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, like we really ain't got wood chippers out here.
Just know when I say every single pedophile,
Okay.
I mean every single last pedophile.
Kill every single pedophile. Kill every single pedophile. And if you disagree, don't come around. Lest you clowns wanna pick your teeth up off the ground. If you with me, shout. Kill every single pedophile. Kill every single pedophile. And if you disagree, don't come around. Lest you clowns wanna pick your teeth up off the ground. If you with me, shout. Kill every pedophile who ever stepped foot on that island. I hope you fry in hell for every child you ever left crying. I tie a millstone on your ankle, tell you swim off the island. And crazy part, I'll probably read some comments saying I'm violent. But that's the cognitive dissonance. Y'all still living in denial. I don't blame you, maybe you'll wake up if there's ever a trial. Highly unlikely though, because the type of dough these tiny hats have mean they don't have to fight and cope.
You say tiny hat?
Meanwhile, my bank account's living on life support. I'm making six figures, how the hell am I still poor? Half a rack at Costco barely get you eggs in the store. So wave goodbye middle class, guess we don't exist anymore. It's just the rich or the poor, and poor and rich are at war. And long as they keep the poor fighting, rich will keep getting more. Richer by the minute while division keeps us defeated. But I hope that we still decent enough to come in agreement. It's kill every single person.
All right. So, like I said, we're going to start off. That's not humor.
On the orders of the
But these ones are. These ones are pretty fucking funny, in my opinion. And this is about to change. Why does it say it's not even live? Huh.
Fill in the blank.
What the fuck is wrong with YouTube?
Hunger. That's wrong.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me ride that from the start. This shit's fucking hilarious.
Fill in the blank.
Oh, fuck.
Hunger. That's wrong. Burger. That's correct. Singer. That's correct.
Digger.
Digger.
Fucking racist.
That's correct. All right, I'll go bigger. That's correct.
Rigger.
Oh, riggers. That's correct.
Zippity. Oh, yeah. Nobody?
Like. Oh, he's holding a dagger. That's correct.
Yeah.
Oh, numbers. That's correct.
All right. So vegans are supposed to be all super vegan-y, right? They don't want to touch meat. They haven't eaten meat It's disgusting. Now let's watch a few of them react to eating meat. Like I said, the first couple clips are all hilarious to me, and that's all that matters.
Want me to stop videoing?
No, it's so good.
What have you been missing?
Oh my god.
I'm a vegan and I'm trying steak for the very first.
Bet you he loves steak and
Or steak for the very time in
little.
Wow. Well.
Are you crying? Are you fucking crying?
It's so good. John, go out. Sausages, chicken, everything.
Nailed it.
Right now.
Whoa.
I've been vegan for the last 11 years and I haven't touched a piece of meat. And today I'm going to be trying it for the first time. That's a big piece. That's a big piece.
Gotta go big or go home, right?
No. Make it small. That doesn't even look good.
Close your
Are you
eyes and put it in
serious?
your mouth.
You gonna try too? Yeah,
Oh my god, why the fuck did I go 11 years without eating
because
this?
you're a fucking retard.
Honey, go out to the store, get some chicken, get some sausages, get some fucking bacon, get everything you could possibly get. I want some burgers, I want some hot dogs.
Did you
Trying
say hot
steak as a
dogs?
lifelong vegetarian.
No, this one's crazy. The septum piercing.
I want to say something other than that's really good, because that's better than really good. I'm just kind of processing this. Oh my god.
Remove the septum piercing and you made it a
Delicious.
sweet.
Yummy.
Remove the septum piercing and you have completed the cycle. Remove it. Which one's this? For us Jeep owners, always check your back tire before you get into it. In case y'all missed it. No. Oh. Honk and flip off my hubby. It's his birthday.
We're at a red light. What the f? I can't go. I got a red light.
Oh my god.
What is there something? Is there something wrong with the car? What the f? Okay.
Whoa, calm down, old lady.
Oh yeah, that goes. That's. What the f? Okay, you know what? Just go. Go around me.
I think they're
Fucking
passing.
A. Go around me.
I think they're passing.
Whatever the problem.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Why is everyone mad at me? Why are they flipping me off?
Oh my god.
What did I do? What am I doing? You're critical. What's wrong with my driving? I gotta pull over. My shit. I gotta pull over.
No, I need to go to the dollar store.
I don't care.
It's funny because the retard actually goes around the front of the Jeep too.
Just give me a minute. As a matter of fact, why don't you drive?
I'm fine.
What's up, Yeti? Which one is this? Oh man, I wish we had a pet adoption place like this, because this is perfect.
Oh my gosh.
All right, buddy, go say hi. Looks like he picked you.
Looks like she's picked you.
Oh my god.
This is why dogs are amazing. Oops, I totally just should have paused that. Anyway, Vitali's back, catching Preds in America. And, well, whenever Vitali leads into something, somebody's going to get hurt, right?
Oh, he gonna need some mean. No, don't give him any milk, Abe. That guy gets no milk. What you got right there is a lefty Penrose. How do I know he's a lefty? Because the lefty's like, oh my God, stop beating up our voters over here. Leave the minor attracted person alone. Said nobody on my side ever, by the way. Nobody. Left-hand side wants to pretend that they care so much about Epstein survivors. Meanwhile, they're telling everybody, stop, oh my God, pedophilia is not a crime. The hell it isn't. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I can't hear all the stupid shit that you're saying. I'm sorry, do you have some more stupid shit that you want to say? Huh? Shut the hell up. Here we got Trump girl. Insane moment from Vitalis, some dude streamer. Right? And good luck with that last name. Wow.
Vitali?
Confronts a 73-year-old man accused of being a child predator during one of his wild predator hunting IRL streams. It's fascinating how the FBI can't find any of these dudes. It's wild. All of this is taking place on platforms like Facebook. By the way, I am not at all trying to give it. I'm just sitting there going, do 10-year-olds use Facebook? Again, I want these guys to, yes, the answer to that's yes, by the way.
It sure is.
Tom Hanks says, all the sexy babies are on Facebook, weirdos.
Sexy baby. Sexy baby.
What the hell?
I got to put a clip in now because if you don't know that reference, I'm going to look like a real weirdo. So this guy is messaging.
It's always funny when I
thinks
watch some of these videos because I miss stuff.
Little kids.
Mainly
I
because I'm
think
only
this,
listening.
if I had to guess, this is the Russian over here, right? I think that's the Russian. And the Russian isn't the one that knocks this guy out, by the way. He's the one setting these dudes. I shouldn't say setting these dudes up because it sounds like. I mean, listen. Who in the world has accidentally messaged a sex to a minor? That's not something that somebody accidentally does.
Never an accident.
All right, so the guy wasn't set up, but the streamer over here who records all of these interactions of dudes messaging what they perceive to be underage children isn't the guy that does. It's this dude who comes out. It's this Mexican dude. It's this guy over here. It's La Raza. All right. The Mexican Fred Durst comes up and he says, "Orale ese," and then rocks him. Gives him one of the good old-fashioned Aztec awakenings. This guy's going straight to the Teotihuacans in the skies. Quetzalcoatl's. There's so many Quetzalcoatl's flying around this guy's head. I can't make any more Mexican references, Abe, without sleeping on the couch. Things escalate fast as the old man gets called out. The confrontation heats up, and out of nowhere. Well, I don't know if it's out of nowhere.
It's kind of out of nowhere.
The guy, this old man sitting there going, sorry, I'm messaging all the little kids. And so he might just be a passerby on the way to get one of these electric scooters. I'm not quite sure, but you hear some dude mumbling about wanting to meet small underage children about sex, and then he sends them straight to the Emerald Jungle. I don't even know if that's a thing, Abe.
No, you just made it up.
He says, I got kids before sucker punching them. Well, I'm not at all conflicted, by the way. Not in this situation. Sucker punches, they kind of give insight into your character, Sucker Punch.
No,
but in some
Vitali
cases, I'm going to be totally fine with it. It's not going to be. I mean, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? The guy falls. Oh no! He hit his head on the concrete, guys.
Oh no!
Get him a Dora the Explorer Band-Aid. He loves little girls so much, or little boys probably. Allegedly, of course, in Minecraft. He was hospitalized and arrested. Well, where did this take place is the
California?
question of the day, because again, the Democrats, we care so much about the victims. Well, then let's go arrest some people. Well, listen. Whoa, hold your horses. Arresting people. Come on. All right, Ed Buck is in them papers, allegedly, of course. Bill Clinton, allegedly, of course. We got a lot of lefty billionaires in these papers over here, and we don't want any of them arrested. We just want Trump arrested. No. Let's arrest everybody.
His name's in there
Let's
over
arrest
500
everybody.
times, right?
Everybody. Whoa. Leave our minor attracted people. Leave our minor attracted they, them, boomers alone over here. We need them to vote for the midterms. So I wonder if our La Raza over here, and I'm hoping not, by the way. I'm sitting there going, I'm already on the jury. You already juried me. I'm letting them go. Mexican dude walking free. All right, we're not even going to check his papers. That's the one time. Oh, no. Now, is English good enough? He's making other humans. He understands right and wrong. Hey, all right. Standing down on this one. But dude gets rocked. Allah. Kablam! Lights out before he said, this guy sitting there going, this is great for my stream.
That's exactly what my father is saying.
Calm down. Russians are not allowed to show emotion. This guy's everybody's smiling. Everybody is ear to ear, but the Russians with a genetic defect where they're unable to smile. What's the matter?
Isn't that nice? Always good to see instant justice. Although
the defendants are charged.
As bad as it sounds, kind of wish he never would have woke up. No, that doesn't sound bad at all, because I don't give a fuck. People die. Still waiting on my parents. And if they're dead, I wouldn't know about it anyway. It's kind of weird, right? No? Oh. Anyway. So, in New York City this weekend, I count them, two, if you're in Europe, retards decided, we're going to make some dirty bombs, and we're going to try to throw them, and we're going to light them on fire first, but we're going to try to throw them, but they didn't explode. So, we don't know what we're doing, but we were inspired by ISIS. Or were we not? Wonder what the mayor has to say about it, because it was right outside his mansion. Never mind, he wasn't home. And he was blaming it on white supremacy, which in reality, Jake Lang was out there because, he's a fucking Jew. Don't let anybody tell you. He comes from Jewish heritage. He's of Jewish stock. But somebody threw it at him. And they ran. And it was just a fizzle. And then they tried to light another one. And threw it in front of the cops. And that didn't go off. And then the cops tackled the fuck out of him. I don't know if this is in this video, but this is the police department in their briefing yesterday? Yes. Yesterday morning.
Charged with attempting to provide material support to ISIS, using a weapon of mass destruction, transporting explosive materials, interstate transportation.
This dude right here is a super liberal. The guy in front holding the megaphone. Yeah, he's a super liberal.
And receipt of explosive materials and unlawful possession of destructive devices.
CNN's Gloria Pazmino is outside police headquarters for us. Gloria, what more are you...
We are learning more about the charges that Emir Balat, 18 years old, and Ibrahim Kayumi, 19 years old, the two men who traveled to New York City from Pennsylvania to participate in those counter protests. They will be facing federal terrorism charges. They are accused of providing material support to a terrorist organization.
And they crossed, I don't know if crossing state lines that would matter because they're in Philadelphia.
and of using weapons of mass destruction. We also are expecting to learn about additional charges in just a short while. Now, these two men were arrested on Saturday following those protests. It was a protest that was organized by a right-wing influencer dubbed as a anti-Muslim protest outside the gates of Gracie Mansion, the mayoral residence here in New York City. And that protest attracted a counter-protest. And once you had those two groups in there, there were, a lot of back and forth between the two groups. At one point, the protesters pepper sprayed the other group, and it was then that the counter protesters launched these homemade devices into the crowd. Now, we've learned more about what was inside these devices. Commissioner Jessica Tisch saying earlier that they were made of glass, nails, screws and bolts, and that if they had detonated, they had the potential to cause serious injury and even death to people around them. The material inside those devices expected to act as shrapnel. It was also found to have had explosive material inside of them. So had these devices ignited and exploded, this situation could have looked a lot worse. Now, these two men from Pennsylvania, 18 and 19 years old, facing federal charges. We also know that law enforcement was in Pennsylvania at the home suspected to be the home of one of the two suspects. They carried out a search warrant there yesterday. The mayor condemning those protests earlier today and thanking the NYPD. He and his wife were not at home at the time of the incident, and no one was injured.
As alleged in the complaint, the defendants were inspired by ISIS to carry out their attack. There should be no confusion about what ISIS constitutes. It is a designated foreign terrorist organization responsible for deadly.
I wonder if she knows what ISIS even means. ISIS, ISIL.
Terrorist attacks across the globe, and has taken credit for mass casualty attacks in Europe, the Middle East, and right here in the United States. And as alleged, both defendants have admitted that they acted on Saturday because of ISIS. As Kayumi was being placed into an NYPD vehicle following his arrest, a person in the crowd asked why he had done this. As shown on NYPD body-worn camera footage referenced in the complaint, Kayumi responded with ISIS. And at the precinct, after being advised of his Miranda rights and waiving those rights, Kayumi said in recorded post-arrest statements that he had watched ISIS propaganda on his phone and that his actions that day were partly inspired by ISIS. The complaint also details statements made by Amir Balat.
I was watching this live on BC Preacher, or was it? It was someone. And at first I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then they just started running. And that's when I saw the dude get tackled later.
His arrest. En route to the NYPD precinct, Balat made spontaneous statements without being questioned by NYPD officers that were captured on body-worn camera footage. He said, "This isn't a religion that just stands when people talk about the blessed name of the prophet. We take action, as well as, if I didn't do it, someone else will come and do it." And later, after waiving his rights, he requested paper and wrote a message declaring in part, "I pledge my allegiance to the Islamic State. Die in your rage, you kuffar." Now, "die in your rage" is a commonly known ISIS slogan, and kuffar is an Arabic term that refers to non-believers. He also told investigators that he had hoped to carry out an attack even bigger than the Boston Marathon bombing, which he noted resulted in only 3 deaths. These statements, as set forth in the complaint, make clear that this was not random violence. This was a planned attack motivated by extremist ideology and inspired by a...
So a liberal is going to finally admit it? No? Because they were trying to keep this one on the down low. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at the lady's necklace. Motherfucker.
violent foreign terrorist organization. The complaint alleges not only why the defendants acted, but how. Preliminary testing has determined that one of the devices contained triacetone triperoxide, or TATP, also commonly referred to as Mother of Satan, a highly volatile explosive that has been used in multiple terrorist attacks over the last decade. As we have previously discussed, the NYPD identified a vehicle yesterday on East End Avenue that was linked to the defendants. Inside that vehicle, investigators recovered handwritten notes referencing TATP explosive and listing chemical ingredients for the type of explosive device used by the defendants on Saturday. Make no mistake, what happened this weekend was incredibly dangerous, and the ongoing investigation will be exhaustive. From the first moments of that investigation, the NYPD has been working seamlessly with our federal partners, many of whom have joined us here. In particular, the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force, which includes NYPD detectives working alongside federal agents. They have been at the center of this investigation. Members of the FBI and the Joint Terrorism Task Force, including NYPD task force officers, have executed search warrants at Kayumi and Balat's residences in Pennsylvania. Another important note, the two defendants arrived in New York City roughly 1 hour before they were arrested. According to our investigation, they crossed the George Washington Bridge with a license plate reader ping at 11:36 a.m. on Saturday, parked in front of 48 East End Avenue between 81st and 82nd Streets at 12:05 p.m., and walked to the protest. No. They ignited and threw the devices at approximately 12:15 p.m. and were immediately arrested thereafter. I want to thank our great United States Attorney Jay Clayton for his extraordinary partnership, as well as the prosecutors from SDNY for everything that they do, especially for their work on this investigation and their forthcoming prosecution. I also want to thank the FBI, especially James Barnacle, Assistant Director in charge of the FBI New York Field Office, and Rob Cassane, the FBI's Special Agent in charge for counterterrorism, as well as the Joint Terrorism Task Force. We are grateful always for the FBI agents and Assistant U.S. Attorneys who have been working around the clock with us since Saturday. Finally, and most importantly, I want to recognize the members of the NYPD who responded on Saturday and in the hours that followed. The officers assigned to that protest who ran toward a lit, improvised, explosive device, the bomb squad technicians who secured and analyzed the devices, the detectives and analysts who worked through the night to develop this investigation, and the countless members of service who helped ensure the security of the people of New York City during a very tense and dangerous situation. The NYPD remains on heightened alert, and our mission is simple, and that is to keep New Yorkers safe.
Well, you can't keep New Yorkers safe if you're the president. Mayor doesn't want to keep New Yorkers safe. Instead of blaming, saying, Islamic terrorism, it was white supremacy that caused this. They didn't play that part because it was CNN. In his briefing, he was blaming white supremacy as of normal.
Give a damn about Jesse Jackson being gone. Obama spoke at Jesse Jackson's funeral today, spewing the same shit I was taught, I was indoctrinated with as a child.
We are living in a time when it can be hard to hope. Each day we wake up to some new assault, another setback, an offense to fear each other and to turn on each other, and that some Americans count more than others, and that some don't even count at all. Everywhere we see greed and bigotry being celebrated, and bullying and mockery masquerading as strength, denigrated ignorance and dishonesty and cruelty and corruption, and it's hard to hope.
This speech was so negative. Literally, black people have to be dragged through the mud and brought back up. They have to feel inspired and worthy of good. I'm so sick of this damn
There's no video, and I'm not seeing any. Right now I have to double check, because right now it just seems like it's all Iranian state media.
It's old, it's whack, it's played out. Literally, these people are casting spells and have damaged the black community.
I agree 1,000,000,000% with what this woman is saying right now, because the same old message of hope, and it's not even just Obama. This happens in the black culture.
Yeah, according to this, if this is the same one, it was on March 2nd. All right, I don't care about Israeli response, but March 2nd, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, and outlets like Tasman News and Far News announced that their I don't know what the fuck that means. Ballistic missiles struck high-value targets in Israel, specifically claiming hits on Netanyahu's office in Jerusalem, or sometimes his residence, the Israeli Air Force commander's location, and related sites. They described it as a surprise and 10th wave attack, even suggesting Netanyahu's fate is unclear or might be missing, killed, or wounded. These statements were amplified in video and reported in an IRGC spokesperson. So it could be propaganda. Oh, I'm not showing the video. My bad, bro.
If you are doing well, then somehow you gotta relate to the struggle, and if you haven't related to the struggle, then you ain't really nothing, and you ain't really did nothing in your life. And if it's the same message that's preached in the church, and the same message that's preached in the hood, and the same message that's preached in the hood on YouTube and on TikTok, and if you don't agree with it, and if you can't identify with it, which Obama is a billionaire, and he can't relate to it. And more importantly, Trump was the person that actually helped to bankroll Jesse Jackson's presidential campaign and run, and they actually were decent friends. But we see, if you actually watch the speech, because I watched all 28, 29 minutes of it or whatever. If you watch the speech, it's the same depressing, you are gotta be brought up in the mud and the people are losing hope and all of this stuff. And it's like, this is the very thing that we got indoctrinated by. We were taught that Democrats were for the poor, and that we were poor, and Republicans are for the rich, and that's it. No policy, no for America, no none of that stuff. And it took for me to actually unlearn all of that bullshit for me to get to the point to where I realized that all of these people are really just against the best interests of America while they get rich. And that's the real play, is that they're getting rich on the backs of preaching to you that you're supposed to be broke. And oh my God, what is up with the common man and all of this other stuff? And Michelle, and they teach you that you got to vote based off of identity politics. Meanwhile, he ushered in all of the worst things that was for the culture. Good God. I mean, it's bad. It is bad, and it still works. And that's the reason why, well, not on everybody, right? I'm very thankful that there's a segment of people that's waking up and they saying, you know what, I no longer want to be a part of the Democrat plantation. I'm not subjecting myself to the idea of this nonsense. I am better than my circumstance. I am not the place where I came from, but I'm exactly where I'm going. And I don't have to align with this nonsense that continues to preach hate against the United States of America. And you don't have to be down in the gutter in order to actually be a decent human being and a decent black person while he getting rich, talking about he gonna open up his presidential library on Juneteenth. Get the hell out of here, bro.
They have set the black community back.
So we supposed to just sit here and act like these Negroes did not just disrespect Reverend Jesse Jackson's entire life. What I just witnessed has to be the most disrespectful funeral I've seen in my entire life, dog. I'm so tired of having to start videos off with all this dramatic entrance. But God damn it, they do the most dramatic shit. It is what it is. Bro, former President Barack Obama, Kamala Harris,
hey, what's up,
former
Andrew?
President Joe Biden, all went to Reverend Jesse Jackson's funeral, and they turned it into a political tirade. I mean, this thing looks like an absolute circus. These niggas in here crying about things that have nothing to do with them. You got Kamala Harris standing up on the stage telling everyone that, oh, she predicted everything that was going to happen, which she did. And all she did, I mean, did anyone remember when Kamala Harris was running for president? Then all she did was laugh. You can't find one Democrat voter, and I actually mean one, that can cite what Kamala Harris said during her campaign, her presidential campaign,
Facts,
that
no
resonated
policy.
with them and the hearts of at least 10 Americans.
Facts.
Find me one Democrat that can find one citation for Kamala
Hold on,
Harris
wait, I know
that
we do.
resonates with at least 10 Americans. I bet everything in my entire bank account you cannot do it on the streets of America. I bet you can't. Neither here nor there. She's out there claiming that she's predicted of what happening in America. We're winning. We're dominating. Nation after nation, we're dominating. Taking no L's.
Well,
of course, the loss of 4 soldiers is a L. Can't ignore that. But the loss of any police officer on a day-to-day is a L too.
Facts.
Firefighter is a
Talk to them. Yo, we waking up. This is real hope. Not the stuff that Obama was preaching to us. This is real hope. People can articulate them. Okay, so those that can read, those that know how to read past the 3rd grade level,
Damn it.
those that know how to comprehend, those that don't no longer want to be a part of the Democrat plantation, they're waking up. They're waking up. They said, listen, any assault on any public safety officer is an assault on America, and we don't want that to happen at all. And we are winning more than we ever have before and dominating the nations in these countries. And Trump is executing on a thing that we thought that every other president before him promised us that they was going to do and take care of, and they never did. But instead, they gave us gay marriage, and they gave us, they saddled us with debt, and they gave us more worse things for the United States of America than ever before. But yet we're supposed to believe in these people. You know, I remember when there was a segment of black people that basically was telling us that Obama, this is what they said, and I quote,
King Obama.
I can't think of one thing that Obama did for black people. That's what they said. I can't think of one thing that Obama did specifically for black people. Now, the things that he did do for the United States of America, some of which were bad and some of were good. I do agree with his immigration policy. All of a sudden, they switched up on that too when Trump got into office, and he was doing the same thing as Obama. Obama deported way more people than Trump ever did. Ever did.
Ever?
Real talk. And it's crazy. It's amazing how they let all of these illegal migrants into the country. They get up on Jesse Jackson's funeral, and instead of paying true honor and respect, they make it a political platform for them to get their stuff.
Even though the son said not to.
Y'all should be so disgusted, bro.
Paramedic is an L. The loss of people that protect and preserve is an L. But guess what? When you take these dangerous jobs, it come with dangerous risks.
Facts.
Nonetheless, they turned this funeral into a absolute, let me say it again, goddamn circus.
I think Obama did was completely and totally embarrass himself at Jesse Jackson's funeral. It was a complete and total embarrassment that he got up there and called half the country racist and bigots. There are over 77 million people who voted for Trump. Many of them voted for Trump for different reasons, whether it was the economy, whether it was the illegal immigration crisis, whether it was whatever reason they had, whether it was education. Under Democrat leadership, we know that the country almost burned to the ground. 20 million illegals came into the country. We know that his presidency was a failure, that he's the reason that Trump is in office the first time, because his presidency was so bad that they wanted it. The country wanted something vastly different because he was so corrupt. He was such a bad president that they wanted something different. Obama is the most racist, divisive president. And then they get up there and they mad at Trump for that picture that was accidentally posted with him with this costume on, but they will say nothing about the fact that Obama used a funeral of Jesse Jackson, which Trump and Jesse Jackson had a great relationship. Trump said only kind things about Jesse Jackson, and yet he was a friend of Jesse Jackson, and yet Obama used that moment to attack the president and be divisive for Kamala and Biden, and basically turned that into the DNC, turned his funeral a time where he's supposed to be celebrated, turned it into a literal horror show.
Yep.
And couldn't even watch it. Like, I was watching it and I was disgusted because Obama has proven that he is the one that divided this country. And black people, some of them are ignorant, and they sat there and clapped, and they sat there and cheered. And most of them can't even tell you the 3 branches of government. Most of them can't even tell you what President Trump is. If he's the 45th, 47th, they don't know anything about politics. They're a bunch of mindless, many of them slaves to the Democrats is what they are.
Every single thing that was talked about by all 3 of these people were absolutely true. Let me know what you guys think inside of the comments. Always like to leave a link back to the.
I definitely thought this was a different video. Yep. Never mind. Let me just make sure this shit gets set straight. Okay.
Do not bring your politics out of respect to Reverend Jesse Jackson.
That's his son.
And the life that he lived to these homegoing services. Right. Come respectful and come to say thank you. But these homegoing services are welcome to all. Democrat, Republican, liberal, and conservative, right wing, left wing, because his life is broad enough to cover the full spectrum of what it means to be an American.
So that right there is Jesse Jackson's son saying, let's keep politics out of this. And let's take a look and let's see what Democrats do.
Another setback to the idea of the rule of law. An offense to common decency. Every day you wake up to things you just didn't think were possible. Each day we're told by those in high office to fear each other and to turn on each other, and that some Americans count more than others.
I don't care what they do in Washington. I care what we do in the community. We beat people bigger than Trump. We fought people harder than them.
It's funny, Jesse Jackson. Al Sharpton's doing this, and then when the sun comes out at the end talking shit about all these guys making political, this motherfucker was standing like to the left behind him, and I was like, this motherfucker. He's gonna act like he wasn't one of them.
If we stand up and be what we're supposed to be.
This is bad times like now. We're in a tough spot, folks. We got an administration that doesn't share any of the values that we have. And I don't think I'm exaggerating a little bit.
And what values?
Let me just say, I predicted a lot about what's happening right now. I'm not into saying I told you so, but we did see it coming.
For starters, I'm glad none of them are in office. I forgot how nice it was to not have to hear Joe Biden and Kamala Harris speak. But aside from that, they couldn't even just go pay their respects without talking about Trump and Republicans. They used his funeral as a political soapbox.
Oh, man.
And I mean, I've seen both sides do it before.
Moving on. What are we going to talk about now?
Everybody call me.
Nah.
Every week.
All right. So you know how we always occasionally have a story about criminals, being released, hurting or killing people, and getting away with it again and again and again. Some of these crimes are fucking terrible. They're all terrible. Some are just fucking straight, I would say, demonic.
I think it can't possibly get worse than this. And every week, the floor gets lower. So once again, we've arrived at this point. This is a crime so heinous, it made me nauseous putting this video together.
Investigators say he raped a 94-year-old woman who lived on this street in Baton Rouge in broad daylight.
How you can hear a sentence like that and not believe demons are running wild is beyond my understanding.
Jeremiah, did you rape a 94-year-old woman?
No.
What was that?
No.
You didn't do that?
No.
So what is this?
I don't know, man. I don't rate no body, man.
That's about the intelligence level you'd expect.
Neighbors are stunned and say the woman always was outside,
Hey,
tending
Shauna.
to her yard, and the neighbors all looked after her.
It's just horrible, you know. Satan is busy, you know, and it is just bad. Stuff like this don't usually happen around here.
Somebody broke into your neighbor's home.
Yeah.
And attacked her.
Right.
What goes through your mind?
Scared to death because you don't feel safe. It's really scary. You never know when somebody can break in your house.
So now the question you already know the answer to. Did a liberal let him out of jail to allow him to allegedly do this?
The WAFBI team first report Taylor's troubled past, with arrests for rape, burglary, unauthorized entry, all within the past 2 years.
Oh.
The WAFBI team found his most recent arrest was dismissed by District Attorney Hiller Moore's office, allowing Taylor back out on the streets.
Let's give a round of applause to Democrat DA Hiller Moore. Bravo.